Hi there, signs of Libra. This is Kim here to do a next 48-hour reading for you guys. Hope you're doing really well. So obviously we're going to ask that Spirit come and join us and your angels so that we get messages for your highest good. I'm pulling from the Shaman's Dream first. I think that one wants to come out. Always reminds me of a back, like a spine. Every time I look at that, it's the first thing I see is maybe there's some back issues or something like that. But okay, for the most majority, this is going to be about bringing things together. Whether it's people or situations, it's bringing things together and healing at the same time. Repairing the veil, forgiveness. It's a good vibration to be in. You may be enlightened on exactly how to do that. I mean, because that's usually, okay, well, how could that get done? Netcaster is a really good card. It always reminds me of the Nine of Pentacles. Because it says Netcaster preparations come to fruition. Whatever efforts you've been putting in, whatever you've been really working on, that's those things coming to existence for you or ready for fruition. Harvest. Your harvest. Oh, and then getting on the right track because apparently your earth angel, who's just a little distracted at the moment from your purpose. Maybe you fell asleep and forgotten that you are a divine being, that you have way more than just one reason for being here, surely. But shining your light, if you're not doing that, then that's the one thing with that I would say that card's, talking about doing is shining your light. Like, don't forget to shine your light. So there's probably, it's like the off-duty angel or a distracted angel. That's how I look at that card. So I don't know. There's something that maybe you're supposed to get on board with that's part of your vision or part of, whatever you've come here to do, your mission. All right, and then I have 53, Stranger Curiosity. Curiosity. Balances on one foot is on the bottom. Might have to do with justice, balancing things. This might be, I don't know if this is a good thing or what. We're going to get the Kipper deck out. And let's see, what else do we have here? Stranger Curiosity. Tell me about this stranger card. Tell me about stranger. Whoa. That's a lot. But I guess we'll just put them all out here. Because I have shuffled them. Yep. Really it says it's like saying you haven't been thinking of your divine purpose, and that's why this reading has come here. I don't know what that is. Something about forgiveness, main male, repairing the veil. I don't know what that is. Stranger, curiosity, and then you have courthouse. Stranger, curiosity, courthouse, false person. Netcaster, preparations come to fruition, and marriage. So this could be about something that you've been wanting to get for yourself. It might be, it might even be, a certain job. There's always the marriage of business partnerships too. But catching the fish that you want, like if it's being very literal, can mean that, I suppose. Maybe it's this stranger entering your life. I don't know. Let's get more on the stranger with courthouse. Stranger and courthouse. And he's holding some documents. Knight of Swords. We have change. Focused. Change coming in. Swift. Something happening kind of swiftly for you. Tell me more about the Knight of Swords, other than Gemini energy that's definitely present. I have the Empress in reverse. Well, so the Empress in reverse, okay, it is a change. It would be talking about going from taking care of you and focusing on you and you alone. Like, that might be the change. There may be some energies that until, you know, you could get a cornucopia, but until you could take care of others, it's like having to learn how to take care of oneself. I don't know, that there could be changes like that. There could be some kind of dysfunction with a motherly figure. I mean, there's so many things that could be. But the one thing we know is that there is change and that somebody's going to have to focus on themselves a little bit more. Tell me more about this Empress energy. Give me another one for the Empress. Oh, King of Disc. It's a focus on commitment to your finances for all. Now it's about getting, so what I think about this is that it's about getting yourself and your own finances like in order or established and before taking care of others or something like that. I mean, if something, I feel like something's affecting that Empress energy for it to be in the reverse. I don't know, like maybe even a distraction or procrastination, but a focus on your pentacles needs to be at this time, recommitment or commitment to that Taurus energy maybe. Tell me about the falling angel. What is this falling angel about? What is this spiritual mission about for Libra? What are your thoughts, Tarot, on Libra's spiritual mission? Okay, sometimes I look at this, well, we got 33. Sometimes I look at this as being a person of integrity that you possibly would meet. Oh, or it's really about forgetting who you are and putting in the effort to make something work on the outside. So it's like whenever the spiritual purpose or something like that, whenever that was lost or not thought of, the need to expand and collaborate and work together kind of didn't seem as fulfilling. And I think it's because of looking for satisfaction in things that are other than what like you came here to do. I don't know, that's just the message I'm getting. I'm not telling you what to do or what kind of a spiritual mission it is, but I think that if you're looking for happiness in objects or temporary even feelings that come and go, then the Hermit card is saying to spend more time with yourself, getting to know yourself, doing more research about who you are, laying down the groundwork for some really big growth and expansion with the Three of Wands too. Tell me about 42. So in another sense, there could be somebody that you're supposed to collaborate with, that might be, yeah, that might be an unknown right now at this time. Possibly. Might be an unknown at this time. So the moon energy. Changes to come. It's a subtle energy. It brings change though. The instructions with the moon, if you could use it as instructions, are to go slowly, baby step by baby step. Also though, with the marriage thing, it makes me feel like if there's something that you're wanting to go after, that sometimes you have to bravely go into the unknown first in order to get in that direction. At least that's what it's feeling like. So, main male. What is the main male here? What's the main male here? This person is all about change or changing. Another card, both of these can represent changes. So there might be changes with the main male in this situation or in this, whatever this is about. Let's get another deck and let's find out more information now on the courthouse. That one's kind of standing out to me, like we didn't go over that enough. All right, so Spirit, Tell me more about the courthouse. Tell me more about the courthouse. Ooh, King of Wands. Leo energy. Okay. Moving past a stalemate. Building something and masterfully. You could actually, it could be very literal, like going to the courthouse for some kind of building permit or license or approval or some kind of paperwork that you have to do. The kind of, sometimes the mundane things. I see this as being really successful. So if there is just some kind of work that this Empress energy needs to focus on themselves, I feel like that is probably going to lead to something being very successful. Doing your own research here, going within, trying to find some time with something that makes you feel good and that's not fleeting, like a not fleeting emotion. Tell me more about what your thoughts are on what the collaboration and what the research is all about for Libra. It's like some want to come out and then some don't. The Three of Wands. It's interesting. Whenever there's a card, usually on the bottom of the deck, that wants to come out and we didn't pull it, it will end up making its way back out, and it did. There's the 3 again. So there's 33. What are your thoughts? This will help you with visualizing, will help you with your expansion. Probably more than you're giving it credit. If this card comes up a lot, then it's definitely about have you forgotten a vision or something that you came here, or something that maybe your soul is feeling pulled to do. That's how I would look at that. Because and you know, you can say, oh, I visualize, but no, I think making the intention like crystal clear, even, you know, cementing your intentions by every now and then just writing down what you would see, what you would visualize. Oftentimes we know exactly like what we would want, but the process, those little things, all those things can really make it come to life, maybe even faster. So Netcaster is a really good sign for that the changes are going to bring in some meaningful commitments in your life. It doesn't have to be like an actual marriage. It can be joining for some kind of gain for you and somebody else. There's some kind of gain. Netcaster. Preparations come to fruition. What you have been preparing for. And it can even be talking about like what your soul has been preparing for this time for you to click into figuring out what that falling angel is about. Tell me more about what is unseen here. What are these unseen things? Maybe even blessings, but what is the unseen about? They're like, that's not a good question. Okay. What is the commitment about? It's about never giving up. It's about, yeah, listening to what your intuition says this time, not making the same mistakes, but never giving up on your commitment to bring forth like harvest for whatever it is that you're putting the work into. So persevering even when something is unclear, or just could even be like you can't see much in the area, like you can't even see the pathway, like, but still persevering even when hurt. So it's the wounded soldier. So even when hurt. Tell me about the main male and change. Another 9. So the 9 of Swords, it's almost in the reverse. I think it's saying that, yeah, forgiveness would be good to get you in the good vibration, and then letting go of feeling like you have to find a solution to something. Also, it could represent, oh wow, either somebody going out of your life, or I think it could represent the dark night of the soul leaving your life. That's interesting that candle went. Has something to do with that main male. So there's something that you shouldn't worry too much about, or that is part of the solution, is forgiveness. And then setting it free. Kind of like our intentions. Making the intention and then we set it free. Because if you dwell or you know, stick on something, why something's not happening, then you get into the energy of like, well, it's not here, you know? So, all right. So that's what I've got for you, Libras. Let's get some fortune cookies and wrap your reading up. Thanks for joining me. Nine, 2, something about the past to just kind of let go of. All right, sexuality, existing relationships could find new passion and heightened sexual attraction. Opportunities for marriage and good family life are strong. But if single, beware of temptation that could lead to trouble. A child will also bring great joy. And I have signs. Your future positive direction will reveal itself, and any doubts or confusion will soon disappear. Surprise, a disappointment will be followed by a pleasant surprise, and an invitation could bring love to those searching. And that's what I've got for you. Sending you love and light. Until next time, bye-bye.